local legend is expected to receive a huge honor this weekend, and there is a good chance you've already heard of him, what Ernest W. McFarland will be recognized for.
Well, this weekend, former Senator Ernest W. McFarland, the late founder of our TV station, KTVK, will be honored by the Arizona Farm and Ranch Hall of Fame in Chandler. Mac, as many of him knew him around the TV station and really across the state, is being recognized for his decades-long fight to establish a sustainable water supply right here in our state. It all ties back to Senator McFarland. His efforts led to the Central Arizona Project, which was signed into law back in 1968 by President Lyndon B. Johnson. It's the state's single largest renewable water supply and serves about 80% of Arizona's population. So joining us to talk about McFarland's legacy and ties to our station is his grandson, John Lewis, and Amber Cheatham-Owens, president of the Farm and Ranch Museum Hall of Fame. Good morning to both of you. What an honor to have you guys here in our studio. And John, let me first be the first to say welcome home and back to KTVK. I can't lie, it's a little emotional having you back in the building. I had the privilege of working for the family, so welcome home, my friend.
Thank you.
Let me first ask you, how does it feel to be back here at KTVK knowing that you and your family, because Senator McFarland was your grandfather, you and your family built one of the most successful independent TV stations really in the entire country?
Yeah, it's great. It's really shocking to see how the industry has changed, cable, internet, and everything. But as they like to say back in the day, it was different, and it was a great time back then. And we had great, wonderful employees. My parents, my grandfather, we had a vision and took our responsibility as a news organization and as an information dissemination company to do what was right and to really help the community and make Phoenix a better place. And that legacy came from my grandfather, who was a two-term U.S. Senator, governor, state Supreme Court judge, and he was always concerned about how to make Arizona better. And water rights was just one of the areas that he made a big impression on. He also wrote the GI Bill, which allowed returning veterans. He just did so much. It's mind-boggling to keep up with the guy. He was really something.
You know, to your point, I feel like if you look around at Arizona, there's very little that doesn't have his fingerprint on it when it comes to what has been established in our state and what makes our state great. And not just, you know, the practical things like the CAP, but the legacy that truly is Arizona's family. Talk to us about that, because for those who did not have the privilege of working for your family, you guys really treated us like family, but it feels like it is a pervasive feeling throughout our state that really emanates from this idea called KTVK.
Yes, yes. My grandfather was very much a family man, and my parents carried that tradition. We had this TV station, and television and news is all about people. From your audience to the people that work for you. And it's very, very important to have really good people. Everyone worked very hard and cared, and it was just really a great thing to do. We enjoyed doing it, and to build something for the good. This was really amazing what happened.
You know, Amber, when it comes to choosing those that you guys are choosing to induct into the Arizona Farm and Ranch Hall of Fame, McFarland feels like a no-brainer. But you yourself and your family, you are steeped in the agricultural community in our state. Help me understand how practically and really on a bigger level McFarland has affected you personally and then our state as well.
Well, all the things that you guys have just, hit on, just kind of paving the way and helping from being on the ground and farming cotton and that type of thing. I grew up, my dad and my grandpa hauled cotton bales from the gin and all of that type of thing. And so, that is one way. I'm sure that we hauled all over. And so we would haul their cotton all the way up to legislature that is in place now. And we can still continue the battle with water, in the legislature. And so we're still active with that as well. So, you know, it's everywhere.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, it doesn't just affect our farming community, but anyone who turns on a water faucet, I'm not sure if they realize that it all really, you know, goes back to and trails back to Senator McFarland. John, let me ask you, for those of us, or for my colleagues now who work here now, who did not have the privilege of working for the family, what would your message be to them today as far as carrying on the legacy that your grandfather left behind?
I really like how Channel 3, I watch you guys all the time.
Thank you.
And just keep doing what you're doing. It's great. And I've always liked Channel 5. And this has been a great marriage, Channel 5, Channel 3. And it's just wonderful to see that you're still out there, still doing it, still delivering the information and as information, and it's just great to see you guys and everything. So
yeah, I feel the emotion that you're conveying right now as well. And let me just ask you to expand that message beyond this building. You know, you are born and raised Arizona. Senator McFarland is as Arizona as Barry Goldwater, as you know, any name that you can think of that is such an establishment in our history. What would your message be to those beyond this building as far as being a part of Arizona's family?
We have a great, wonderful state here, and we've really been blessed, and it's just, you know, to keep doing what's right and to help one another. And my family had good, strong family values that started with my grandfather. They were really strong, devout Methodists, Christians, and they, I was brought up on a farm. Farm is very family value.
Yeah.
I too hold cotton and brought up, my grandfather gave my brother and I 40 acres to tinker with of cotton. We didn't know what we were doing, but, and he was always pushing and promoting family. I was crawling on the floors at Channel 3 when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the family values and how to treat everybody.
Yeah.
And in some ways I worry because we're really getting away from that.
Yeah.
But if we could bring that back, if we could keep it alive and keep it going,
Yeah.
it's
regardless of our differences.
Correct.
Have each other's backs. I'll tell you, one of my core memories is, you know, running into your dad at the elevator bank, and, you know, he's always got his bolo tie, and was always, even though he was, you know, the president of the company, both your parents were always so approachable. And thank you for the legacy that you and your family have left behind. John, it's always great to see you. Amber, thank you for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.